either 0% all the way up to 100%, very precise with your movements.
FPV drones.
We're going to be walking through how to counter drone activity in a US embassy. Digest an incredible amount of information in a very short period of time.
LSUB generally have to make these decisions at this kind of rate, and
sometimes, yeah.
This is a fiber-optic drone. You're emitting no wireless transmissions, so it can't be jammed.
Electronic warfare is the new reality. I spent a day at the AI Expo embedding with the Naval Academy and defense experts to see how unjammable drones and counter-UAS systems are actually built. Let's get right into it.
Incredibly small drones that go at a very fast speed. The goggles they're wearing is so that they can really easily see and react to their environment. So they can make very precise movements. How does it feel to be in first place?
It feels great. It feels awesome, yeah.
That was a great job out there.
Appreciate it, man.
How long have you been working on this?
About a year.
Wow, in a year. That's really impressive. I know people are really they take so much time into this, take so much skill. What would you say to those people who want to really pursue this? What would your big advice to them?
Just repetition. Like always trying to just get out there and fly or just be on the sim. Just get those flight hours in. That's all that matters.
I'm joined with Joseph. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. There are students at the Naval Academy, and our club is designed to integrate new technology into the battlefield. Part of that is integrating drones. And so we're tasked with learning how to fly drones, learning how to build drones, and then tasked with going out into the field and actually deploying these drones. And you have this here. This is called a Tiny Whoop. You can buy this for $100 on Amazon. This is a pretty durable drone that you'll fly inside and learn just how to fly. To an outdoor drone, this is a 5-inch drone, and this is what we built. Since all drone parts have to be government compliant, we basically had to build our own drones. We can't buy any pre-built drones. This costs about $550, a little more expensive, but it's a lot more capable. These things go about 100 miles an hour. You get more range. You get with the parts, the motors are actually pretty cheap. The most expensive part being the electronics. Equally as expensive, the flight controller and the electronic speed controller are going to be your most expensive parts. And part of the learning curve of how to build a drone is learning how to solder. Once you know how to solder, look up on YouTube, and that'll teach you how to connect these components together. You can also look at online. When you purchase these parts, it also includes a wiring diagram, which you can use to set up these drones. So you start with the ESC, you'll solder the motors onto that, plug that into the flight controller located on top of the ESC. And from there, you can plug in your camera, plug in your controller receiver, and after that, you're ready to fly. Once you have the hardware set up, you plug it into your laptop and configure all the control settings to your liking, grab your controller and headset, and you're able to fly the next day.
You use the controller.
Yes. The goal is precision. So the way you even hold the controller is different. You'll hold it like you're pinching the controller. This allows you to have a lot more precision when you're flying. When you're drone racing, you need to go through small gates at really high speeds. So you have to be very precise with your movements. As you set the throttle, fly your drone, you can set it to wherever you want, and you're not gonna have any resistance, which is very nice. On the right side, it's pretty much like your Xbox controller. If you deflect it, it'll go back to the middle. This just helps you keep the drone centered in different flight modes. So you can do stabilized flight mode. That's going to keep you level with the horizon, and you can push the stick forward and that will fly. And when you let go of the stick, it'll flatten out. Or you can do unstabilized mode, which is called rate mode or acrobatic mode. And this allows you to actually deflect the stick, and the drone will hold itself at that attitude when you're flying it.
How good are you with the tricks and all that stuff?
I'm still learning about the tricks. A lot of my time is spent on the simulator because that's the safest and cheapest way to practice drone flying. And then once you go to all these different race events, that's when you really learn how to race under pressure. As a surface warfare officer, you have to be aware of the general knowledge about the ship. From there, you'll have specific jobs, like you can be the damage control officer, you can be the communications officer in charge of radios. There's a bunch of those specialized jobs. Went out to the woods and messed with all their technology that they had made. Since then, it's scaled up within the past 2 years to something where we take technology from industry and demonstrate it and also test it out, provide feedback to the industry on how they can better improve their system. This is a fiber-optic drone. So the fiber-optic spool attached at the bottom. This allows, it's still FPV guided, so you have your goggles, that is how you fly the drone, but you're emitting no wireless transmissions, so it can't be jammed. This is what you're seeing on the Ukraine-Russia conflict. The whole environment is being jammed, so no goggles or
Isn't it very
wireless.
vulnerable? What happens if it gets snipped?
Yes,
Or
exactly.
Is there any backup systems? Or?
Some of these drones have both systems, wireless and fiber on it, and that allows the drone, when the fiber is cut, to revert back to wireless mode.
What happens if there's interference? Is there any home mode or using GPS? Or is GPS even jammed, or how does that work?
It all depends. This drone specifically has no GPS, so it won't return home. It'll just drop and land. But some drones do have GPS, and if GPS itself is not jammed, then it'll return home. Yes, balance is super important for drones. It's actually a component on top of the electronic speed controller. It's called the flight controller. This guy is the brain and also has an accelerometer in there and a gyroscope. So that's what's going to keep the drone level. So it won't, if it's being jammed, it won't affect the actual handling characteristics.
Gyroscope is not going to ever be affected, right? It's
Right.
Fail safe.
Correct, unless you have a microwave gun, which is one of the other
Oh God,
things you see.
is that what these are going to be about, or are these anything related to it, or?
Correct. So the things I was talking about earlier with jamming is what this backpack is.
Oh my
it's
gosh.
basically a computer that hooks up to your phone, and that phone controls what you can jam. So jamming just is emitting a bunch of RF energy, wireless energy, onto a specific frequency. This can also jam GPS. So when you have a GPS drone, if that's GPS
cooked.
is being jammed, it's just going to not return home. It'll be confused. For more expensive drones like your DJIs, you can tell your DJI where to land. So that's a little bit helpful. Or you can send it return to home, and now you know where the person controlling the drone is. It's 2D. It can be used as an ISR platform or intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance. It's very expensive, about $11,000. So you do not want to crash this. This is your hunter drone.
Now I know what you mean. It's a problem.
Right. This will go find your target. It's got a 4K
Are
camera.
you trained enough for this? Have you almost worked your way out?
It's really ironic. This guy is easier to fly than this.
What?
Which is
I'm
just,
guessing is it because the wind and stuff like that, the environment
right.
is really much a factor.
Yeah, exactly. The stabilization of the Skydeo. There's a lot that goes into the development of this to make it easy to fly. So at nighttime, you're not going to use your visual camera at all. So you're going to switch to thermal, and depending on what time of day or time of night, it can be really effective or it could be not effective at all.
So normal camera, I'm guessing,
Correct.
right?
Yep, the shiny one, the silver one, that's your thermal camera.
That's it. So is that shiny reflector what enables the thermal, or is that just a part of the component? I don't know too much about it.
Yeah, so every thermal camera will have that shiny little cap on it. That's just part of the sensor. Obviously, you don't need to see through a clear lens like a camera would, so that's a different type of sensor. It's a frequency analyzer, and then you can pick specific frequencies to jam. It also senses devices, so if you have a Garmin smartwatch or anything like that, it'll sense it on there. So this is really important when you're trying to find people. If they have any sort of smart device on them, this will find it.
Even like a traditional phone, one of those burner phones with just numbers on them.
I'm not aware that this can track any cellular, but if we know the specific frequency of the cellular,
Is it Wi-Fi, more of 2.4 gigahertz, 5 gigahertz?
right? It can manage that all as long as cellular is within the bandwidth at it.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your
Take care.
support.
So my name is Justin Lawrence. I'm the director of programs at a company called Q2 Impact. Q2 Impact is a research firm that has been around for 28 years. We mostly do federal consulting in the research and strategy space, but we have a new platform that we're releasing here called Q2 Holodeck. And what Q2 Holodeck is, it's all about a training simulator about how to make quick decisions under time constraints. And so that's the demo that we're about to go through, okay? We take standard operating procedures for different organizations, and it lets you play out that scenario in a no-risk situation. So as you'll see, our scenario is all about how to handle a potential drone situation outside of a US embassy. So
Is this the first of its kind of this kind of simulation with AI, or has there been other stuff?
We haven't seen anything quite like it. I think one of the things that's different about it is that it does combine sort of generally known practice and expertise, and it tries to gamify it so that it does help reinforce training in a couple of different ways. One way is what you'll experience is it'll show you kind of the emotional resilience. You're going to be kind of in this stressful situation where you have to decide quickly, right? And that's going to be something that you're going to see. But then once you're done, we're also going to give you a chance to look at the mistakes you've made, what you did right, what you did wrong. Is you're going to be walking through how to counter drone activity in a US embassy. So if you are tasked with embassy security, this interface is something that might be similar to something that you've looked to. And Populate is understanding the scenario through open source data, but we have subject matter experts who have worked in embassy security who have sort of helped craft these scenarios to be like, this is right, this is wrong, this is the way to operate, right? And this is going to be a running commentary of what is going on the ground, right? And this will be part of an interagency in your role, right? So you're going to be hearing from a lot of people, a lot of bits and pieces, a lot of intel coming your way. And really what you're supposed to do is digest an incredible amount of information in a very short period of time and make very quick decisions, right? And that's what this is really trying to help you simulate. Okay. Ready to get started?
Let's do it.
Okay, here we go. All right, you got about 20 seconds for this one.
Let's do B.
Another thing I should mention, there'll be a little bit before this next decision, but the other thing I should mention is that this is generally going to be multiplayer, because the more people, we have found that through coordination, that better simulates the experience.
C.
Oh, a little too slow. Okay, not bad, not bad. So this is your report card. This is the after action review. This is something that you go through that training and you're like, what on earth just happened, right? And so this is a way for you to kind of slow down, take a beat, and understand everything that happened. So here's a detailed timeline of all that.
Generally have to make these decisions at this kind of rate in their job?
Sometimes, yeah. This is a drone attack is something that has happening faster and faster, more and more. But sometimes, yeah, you do need to make those kind of split decisions, and that's how it feels. So
I don't even know how all that data comes to light at the same time, and all these decisions you have to make.
It's a lot of things to consider, right?
When I'm reading the text of paragraph, I was like, you said 10
and you wouldn't get and it wouldn't be, you wouldn't get a decision window like that, but you would get that telemetry that would be saying it, and you would have to be making decisions quickly.
It's just totally could be really helpful for government agencies and to really train their employees to be ready to go.
Yeah, that's what we hope so. Yeah, exactly.
I can't even believe people have to make these kind of decisions that fast.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
God bless.
Yeah, exactly. Well, hey man, thanks for playing. Appreciate
Even just
it.
watching, imagine.
I know.
Moment, how much intensity that would be.
Yeah.
Sitting in that chair, because you're not only dealing. I'm here in a nice environment talking with you, but somebody's sitting in a chair with a bunch of room of stressed people. That would take a toll even on your decision making too.
Which is why you practice, right? So you can have that resilience to be able to handle something so stressful like that. Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Well, this was a really great demo. And I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no worries.
This is kind of like a robot orchestra.